Riding down 95 in a spaceship, found me a new vibe. She 11 out of 10, I think I'm falling in love. I know it's stupid, but this bitch the truth. Take the T-tops off if them stars out. When she walk the water parks, another target wanna follow. Don't believe me, you can call her mistress, that's my name. She with me on long rides, kid who did it and did it again. You better let them know it came from the south. Can do what I want, cause I'm popping off on stage.
What up, y'all? Back with another video, man. Y'all already know who it is, man. 87 SS boy, checking in with y'all one more again. Ooh, and I got the new hat on. Y'all see that bow tie, man. Country boy stuff right here. So I just came back, show y'all another video, man, to talk to y'all about things to look for when you buying a Gbody. This not only go for Gbody, this go for some other old schools too, but there are some problem areas with Gbodies. So you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let y'all know what to look for when you're trying to purchase a Gbody, or if you're in the market, you're shopping for a Gbody, man. I ain't had nobody to tell me what to look for. I was green, as they say. I was green back then when I bought mine. I could have bought something that needed a little less work, but I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was getting into. I just wanted what I wanted, and I found a good price, so I jumped on it. Fast forward to now, I know better. I learned more. I learned a lot through this process. So if I can help somebody out with, you know what I'm saying, their project or whatever, that's what I'm trying to do. Like I said, man, I'm gonna show y'all some problem areas to look for. I'm gonna show y'all some problem areas that I had for my car. But just know that anything can be fixed, repaired, or replaced though. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's people out there that got miracle hands, man. You know what I'm saying? There's some people out there with miracle hands. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this without talking so much, man. I'm gonna kind of show y'all some issues that I had with my Gbody when I bought it, and some issues that you may run into, some stuff to check for when you're searching for a Gbody, man. Let go. So man, what y'all think? Should I pull this thing out the garage, or should I leave it in here? I know it's a cold start challenge going on. Maybe I'll start this thing up and put it out the garage, man. What? Oh, you see that? Cold start. Let's see what we can do, man. Let's see what we can do with this cold start. Feet outside of the car. Let that fuel pump prime for a second. Small block game. Let go. Let go. So now that we got this thing pulled out, got her outside, we'll do a little walk around, kind of show y'all what we got going on. 87 Monte Carlo T-top, SS type, true SS. If you don't know what a true, oh, that's one thing we can start with. If you're looking for a Monte Carlo SS, you definitely gotta look at that VIN. I got a little bug down there. Hey, this real life right here, man. So if you look for that 8th digit, which is right there, and it's a G, so the 8th digit of a real SS will be a G. That's the 8th digit. So if you're looking for a Monte Carlo SS and that 8th digit ain't no G, then it ain't no SS. If that 8th digit ain't no G, it ain't no SS. All right, so that's the first thing. All right, this is an 87. One thing you can look for, tail lights. So the tail lights that flows into the bumper like this, just flush into the bumper, that's either 87 or 88. That's how you know 87, 88. The earlier years, it comes down and it goes in. So that reverse light is like slanted in at like a 45-degree angle. The wing, I might be wrong, so I ain't gonna speak on it too much, but there's two different types of wings. You got the lay flat wing, and then you got the stand-up wing. I don't really know all about that, so I ain't gonna speak on it. I just know it's two different types. And then, so one of the main things with the SS, man, or any old school Monte Carlo, whatever, is rust. That's the main issue. And one of the main issues of you looking for a T-top, definitely pull that glass up and look at these panels under here, because most of the time they're gonna be rotted out. I don't care if you from the South or where you from, most of the time them T-top panels gonna be rusted out. If it's not, then you found you a real good one. So both sides, check them. Hey, if you spending your money on something, check everything, bro. Check everything. I didn't even check this stuff. I didn't know what to look for. All I know is I wanted a T-top. I didn't check none of this stuff. So all that stuff got replaced. Which, I mean, I know a lot of people that have to do it, but if you got the bag to buy something in mint condition, then, you know, you go ahead and do your thing. It's your preference. Some people like to buy stuff they gotta like build up from the ground up, and some people like to buy stuff they can just jump in and ride. Maybe just throw some wheels on it and ride. So we got the VIN number, we got the tail lights, we got the spoiler, we got the T-tops. So with the T-tops, right? If your T-tops is leaking and this part right here is rusting out because water's sitting up there, that means that water is here and it's falling wells to the floor. So most of the time, if anything, if not the front and the back, at least these back floor pans are normally rusted out. Same issue I had. My floor pans was rusted out. I think it was my passenger side that was the worst. But either way, I just replaced the whole floor. So you might have to replace panels, or you can replace the whole thing depending on how bad it is. So that's another thing with them. Another issue is window, like around these window parts right here, they tend to leak. Up here, around this area right here, any of these, a lot of people have leaks here. I've been fortunate enough to not have any leaks like that in my old schools. And I know when y'all get these cars, man, most of the time they're gonna be garage kept or in storage or something like that, so you don't really have to worry about the rain or water, but you still gotta get whatever fixed from the 80s, 70s, or you know, whatever year car you got. So yeah, leaks is the main thing, man. All these panels right here, leaks in these windows and stuff like that. Next thing is weather stripping, which most of the time if you're gonna buy a Gbody or any old school, you definitely gonna get it painted to the color you're liking, and you're gonna have to replace these rubbers, or in other words, weather stripping. Now this right here is a brand new weather stripping on my car, and like I said, I'm transparent. I don't lie. I don't try to sugarcoat nothing. These are brand new weather stripping right here. And guess what? My car is leaking right here. If my car get wet, if it rain or whatever, that water comes down and it hit that crack right there and it leak. So that's something to look out for. Like I said, you most likely gonna replace these anyway, but I need to replace this one. These brand new, all new rubber. So yeah, weather stripping. Which brings me to something else. This right here, this is your window sweep. Most of the stuff got to do with rust and water falling or whatever the case may be. So this window sweep right here, most of the time this is cracked up because it's dry rotted. It's cracked up and it's cracked up, or either it's not there, non-existent. But these are new. They don't cost too much. I think they about $100 or something. But you definitely want to replace these window felts right here. And the reason why, because if your window is up, just say your window up, right? Letting the window up. Power windows on that thing, yes sir. So if your window is up, this right here creates a seal on your window. So when it rains, that water doesn't get down in there. So guess what? If this seal is not there, or if it's broken, all that water is going straight down into your door. See that? Y'all see that? Yeah. So if that rubber is not there, then water is just going straight down into your door, which in turn is hitting the bottom of that door and just sitting there. See that? It's just gonna sit there. Now, I had some issues with the bottoms of my doors, and I could have replaced my doors, but they wasn't that bad. I just told them to repair them the best way that they could, because I know I wasn't going to be, the car wasn't gonna be in the weather once it got done. And you know, I didn't really care about that. I ain't worrying about nobody inspecting my car and nitpicking and all that, because it's not a show car. This is a riding car. It belongs on the road. So that's one thing you got to look for, those bottom of the doors. Sometimes it's rusted all the way out, because this is hollow. All this is hollow. So if that rain come down in there, it's just gonna sit there. And then the drains, I don't know if I can find one, but there's drains on the bottom of the door. If the drains are clogged up with leaves or dirt or whatever, there's nowhere for that water to escape to. So the bottoms of your doors are gonna be rusty or rusted out. Like, I mean, all this, a lot of times all this be rusted out, and you gotta replace that door. So that's something else. Like I said, most of it has to do with rust. What else to look for? So definitely, big thing, like I said, this is all stuff you can look at from standing up, walking around the car. But what you need to do is get your big or small, lazy ass on the ground and get up under that car, man. Look at the frame. You need to check your frame. You need to check that frame, because a lot of frames be rusted out. Some notorious areas that I know about for frames to be rusted out is normally back here behind this tire. So like these frame rails right here, a lot of times these are rusted out to where they gotta be replaced, or you end up having to do a frame off because it's so bad. I need to get up under there and, you know, show a little love to mine, but as y'all can see, they solid. Ain't no rust on there, man. So yeah, that's another thing to check for. Because this stuff, man, if you don't check for it, it's gonna cost you a lot of money in the long run. Like I said, it's mainly, you know, rust and, you know, rust repair and stuff like that. What else? Yeah, man, don't think there's no walk in the park, man. This car did not get like this overnight. It took a lot of work, a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of research, a lot of everything. But at the end of the day, it's all worth it when you can hop in this thing, throw you some old school music on, and hit that slab. You know what I'm saying? Rather it be by yourself, with your old lady, with your kids, your mama, your daughter, you know, whatever. It's all worth it, man, if that's your thing. I know I love to hop in mine, man. It's therapy for me, man. I seen somebody call it vehicular therapy. I love it, dog. I might be having a bad day, and I'll be like, man, you know what? I'm gonna go for me a ride, man. I'm gonna take Mistress for a ride, and that's what I'll do. Videos will be coming soon, man. I gotta get this stuff right here fixed. I had a little, I'd say a fender bender, but it is what it is. We're gonna get that fixed, man. Let me see, anything else to look for? I know y'all changing the engines and all that stuff, and most people don't worry about the engine when they buy an old school. Let me see where my hood thing is. Most people ain't worrying about the engines when they buy old school. But I do know for some cars, the fender wells are an issue. The inner fender wells, because a lot of them are made out of metal, and they tend to rust. Mine is not metal, mine is plastic. So they tend to rust like up around this area because water gets stuck in there, or either whatever side that battery is on, it tends to rust there because what battery got? Acid. So if that acid is leaking, you know, from them having to replace batteries or whatever over the years, then it all leaks under the bottom and it just sit there and and deteriorates. So that's something to look for under the hood. That's really all I can think of under here, because like I said, most of the time if you buy an old school, you're gonna replace the engine, transmission, the drivetrain and all that, unless you're just looking for, you know, a nice numbers matching car where you just gonna chill. Really not much to look for under here. Really nothing to talk to on the suspension. Most people gonna change all that. So I'm just talking about stuff that's gonna get you, you know, pretty much road ready. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think I missed anything. Always, you know, always panels to look for. If you see any bubbling or anything, because I know I had, it wasn't on this fender, but it was like back here. So this is another problem area right in front of the rear wheel. This area right here is notorious for rust. This area right here in front of the rear wheel and behind the rear wheel, notorious for rust right here. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I don't know. I just know it happened. So look there. If you got some paint, man, and you see a little bubbling or whatever, that means there's rust under there. So you're gonna have to needle it out, cut it out, and replace it or whatever. Yeah, that's about it, man. that's about it. That's all I got. If y'all seen any other issues with your G-Body or your old school, you know what I'm saying, feel free to chime into the comments and let the people know, because we don't want to leave nothing out. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to leave nothing out. We want everybody to be riding in their G-Body. You know what I'm saying? G-Body or any old school. We want y'all outside with us, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal, for everybody to be outside in their G-Body, ride. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. So I appreciate y'all tapping in with me. I appreciate my day ones, anybody who just found the channel today and tapped in. I appreciate you just as well as everybody else. If you like what you're seeing, man, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Please share. Let somebody know what we're doing over here, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, man. We working over here. We putting out information over here. We connecting over here. We are not competing. We getting these projects on the road, and we riding. We enjoying life, and we out. So, man, I decided to come back, man, and give y'all an extra. That's what I call it. Everybody else call it an intro, outro. It's an extra. Man, we about to go for a little ride, man. We gonna cut a block real quick. Cut a block real quick, man. I went in the house and told the wife, I was like, man, I'm about to go cut a block real quick. I'll be back. And she got mad. She said, why you ain't ask me? I should have pulled these T-tops down. For real. Yeah, man. I should have pulled them things off. God, I should have did. Man, it's hot out here, y'all. Shh. What's up with this weather? But yeah, we about to cut a little block. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Time to ride. Boy, that Chevy hat so tough. Hey, I got this thing for cheap too. Y'all see it. I should have grabbed two of them. I like this hat, man. We gonna let this thing warm up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no LS, so I can't just crank up and just go. You know what I'm saying? I gotta crank up, let this thing warm up a little bit, and then I can ride. Yeah, laugh, laugh, laugh. Actually, I don't, but I do just because. Ooh, music to my ears. Y'all hear that cam camming? Y'all hear that cam camming? Get some music going.
Lost in my feelings, running out of lost time, getting my feelings.
While we wait on her.
Any haters, shot my whole truck.
Alright, y'all. Yeah. We about to go for a ride, man.
Yeah,
so
we about to go for a ride, man.
we'll holler at y'all
Lego.
on the next one. We not about to take y'all for this ride along, man. We're just gonna spend some quality time, and I'll catch up with y'all on the next one, man. And what she say?
Lego.
Lego. Just like that.
Shout out my haters, I know that you're watching, plotting and wishing, praying that I fall. Shout out my haters.